Hello everybody, how you doing? So nowadays everyone seems to care about this whole shared universe thing, whether it's Marvel or DC or even the Universal monster. I couldn't even finish that. Man, that was a flop. For those of you that don't know, that weird Tom Cruise mummy movie that came out a few years ago was actually supposed to be the launching point for a cinematic universe with all the old Universal monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Mummy. But that's not the focus of this video. Today we're talking about some connected universes that not many people are giving a lot of attention to, and those are the connected universes of TV networks, specifically Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. This video is going to focus primarily on Disney Channel, and it's going to try to prove how many of these shows exist in the same universe, or at least some kind of connected multiverse. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think it's pretty fun. So let's do this. So if you spend enough time online, you've probably heard of the Pixar Theory, or seen a video like how all animated Disney movies are connected. But if you aren't familiar, here's a quick summary. Both theories operate under the central idea that all Disney animated movies are connected to one another, and all Pixar animated films are connected to one another. These theories are supported by a variety of different pieces of evidence, including Easter eggs, such as Star being a pelt in Hercules, the carpet scene in Aladdin showing different Disney locations, the confirmation of Tarzan being the lost son of the lost king and queen of Arendelle, and the statue of Hans in Big Hero 6. They are super interesting theories, and if you guys want to learn about them, the Pixar Theory primarily, then I highly recommend you check out SuperCarlinBrothers, a channel that's way bigger than mine that focuses on theory videos with a heavy leaning towards Disney and Harry Potter. I will leave a link to their most recent summary of the Pixar Theory down below. Now moving forward, we are going to assume that these theories are true, specifically for the Disney animated movies, and that they all exist in some kind of shared universe in one way or another. With that established, let's take on the Disney Channel. When I was growing up, I remember watching the Lilo and Stitch series. It was a lot of fun. We got to meet more of Stitch's cousins, which were all colorful and interesting and wreaking havoc in Hawaii. What I also remember about that show is it having several crossover episodes, and I always thought those were super cool when I was younger. And looking back, there were 4 of them. The first of which was in July of 2005 with American Dragon Jake Long in the episode Morpholomew. The second was in August of that same year with the Proud family in the episode Spats. 2 weeks after that, an episode entitled Rufus aired featuring characters from Kim Possible. And the final crossover featured the cast of Recess in January of 2006 in the episode Lax. Something I came across while researching for this video was that the Recess crossover was the only non-Disney Channel original of these crossovers, but it was also the only crossover to take place after the end of one of the shows, as by the airing of this episode, Recess had stopped the production of new episodes. Now, Lilo and Stitch was not the first Disney Channel movie animated series that found itself having a crossover, as the Aladdin series and Hercules series crossed over in the episode Hercules and the Arabian Nights in 1999. Now, this isn't a new connection, as the aforementioned magic carpet ride in Aladdin shows several locations from Hercules. But this does serve to demonstrate that the connections established in the movies do carry over for the shows on the network. Now remember that, as this is not the last time we will see the animated movie universe connecting to these shows, so we will be coming back to this.
Enjoying your stay at the Tipton? We'll be back with more Sweet Life on Disney Channel.
Alright, now let's get started with the live action shows, and buckle in, because this is going to get a bit weird. So both The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and its follow-up series, The Sweet Life on Deck, feature some important crossovers for establishing this whole connected universe. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody includes a 3-episode crossover with Hannah Montana and That's So Raven, the That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana crossover from 2006. And yes, this does confirm the connection between the Sweet Life series, Hannah Montana, and the greatest anime of all time, Cory in the House. The Sweet Life on Deck crossover, Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana, would feature Hannah Montana again in 2009, but this time would also include the cast of Wizards of Waverly Place. I would like to point out that these crossovers confirm superpowers and magic as canon in the Sweet Life series, which does make me think back on some of the episodes from the original series, specifically one that included ghosts and scared me as a kid, and I want to look back at some of those and be like, maybe there was a little bit more to this. But the crossovers of Sweet Life aren't quite done yet, as an episode Weasels on Deck featured a crossover with the Disney XD series I'm in the Band. Now, if you guys actually remember this show, let me know down in the comments. It isn't the most unknown show, but not one that a lot of people talk about, and if I remember the quality of it correctly, I understand why. The last important crossover for this section, involving the cast of Sweet Life, comes in an episode of the show Jessie, where Mr. Mosby himself is shown working at a Tipton hotel now in New York, and calls Cody to explain how much Jessie looks like Bailey, a character from the Sweet Life on Deck series, a nod to actress Debbie Ryan playing both characters. A funny gag, yes, but it does help connect several more Disney Channel live-action shows moving forward. Though, to be honest, this connection could still exist without this cameo, given that Jessie also features an episode in which one of the children gets stuck in a Tipton billboard.
No, I am telling you, Cody, it's uncanny. She looks exactly like Bailey. You want to come see for yourself? Oh, dear.
So much like the Sweet Life series, Jessie serves as a cornerstone in connecting this Disney Channel television universe, or DCTU, patent pending. But it's going to take a minute to fully explain, so just stick with me. So in 2012, it crossed over with Austin and Ally for Austin, Jessie, and Ally All-Star New Year. But this would not be the last crossover the cast of Austin and Ally would take part in, as Austin and Ally would appear in Girl Meets World, a spin-off of Boy Meets World, in the episode Girl Meets World of Terror 2. And two other characters from the show, Dez and Trish, would appear in the show I Didn't Do It in episode Fight Club in 2015. The last two crossover events were actually a part of Disney's 2015 Monstober Spooktacular event, which actually contains crossovers for a number of shows, including Jessie, Girl Meets World, I Didn't Do It, Casey Undercover, Best Friends Whenever, Austin and Ally, and Liv and Maddie. While it would be easy to simply cite this and say that all of these shows are proven to be part of a connected universe, let's try to make a few more connections without it. Now, if you've been paying attention to all the shows I've connected so far, I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, Boy Meets World in the same universe as Wizards of Waverly Place. No. Well, this would not be the first time magic was thrown into that series, as in 1997, after the detonation of something called a time bomb, and no, I'm not kidding, Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Salem would cross over with Boy Meets World in the episode No Guts, No Corey, and would cross over with two other shows, Teen Angel and You Wish. And if this wasn't enough, this was not the only time Sabrina appeared on Boy Meets World, having appeared previously in the episode Witches of Pembroke. Now, finally getting back to Jessie, the specials Good Luck Jessie NYC Christmas in 2013 and Jessie's Aloha Holiday with Parker and Joey 2014 crossover with Good Luck Charlie and Liv and Maddie respectively. Now, Good Luck Charlie is no stranger to crossovers either, as in 2011 they found themselves involved in a special episode Charlie Shakes It Up, which introduced them to the cast of Shake It Up. However, arguably the most important episode involving the cast of Jessie, at least for the purpose of this video, is actually not a Jessie episode, but instead from The Ultimate Spider-Man in the 2014 episode Halloween Night at the Museum, which features animated versions of the cast of Jessie. I wish I could say that that was all, but this only opens another door. This episode links the live action and animated parts of this universe. As I'm sure you've all guessed, the next natural connection after connecting Jessie and Spider-Man is, of course, Phineas and Ferb, which has two of the most interesting crossovers in this whole shared universe. In August of 2013, they featured in a crossover with Avengers Assemble and Ultimate Spider-Man. Did you guys know that Drake Bell, as in from Drake and Josh was the voice of Peter Parker in this. I don't know why, I just love that. Anyways, back to the video. Then, in 2014, they aired Phineas and Ferb Star Wars, where the cast of Phineas and Ferb interact with the characters from A New Hope. While this episode is considered non-canonical, I'm still going to leave this connection open, but won't build off of it directly. Phineas and Ferb also cross over to their creators' follow-up show, Milo Murphy's Law, which features the brothers in the premiere of Season 2, and the character Dr. Doofenshmirtz, my man crush every Monday, appearing regularly throughout the show.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with American Dragon, Jake Long.
So, the movie Big Hero 6 is based off of a Marvel comic of the same name, connecting it to the animated Marvel series. And it features that little Hans Easter egg, which connects it to the existing Disney animated movie universe, meaning that the events of that movie are happening in a world where just across the Pacific Ocean, there's a little place where a girl named Lilo is hunting down the alien Ohana of her best friend Stitch, while Zack and Cody are getting stuck in a time loop somewhere in the ocean, and Hannah's secret is in danger of being revealed yet again. But who can even focus on stuff like that when the Avengers are teaming up with Phineas and Ferb only to win exactly as predicted by Raven? And back in Japan, Cory in the House is finally being given the representation as a true classic anime as it deserves! Alright guys, that was a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun. So I'm going to leave you guys with one last connection. Thank you all for sticking with me so far, and if you liked that video, please leave a like, and tell me down in the comments below whether you want me to do Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon next. It's really interesting to see how all these shows connect. So I'm going to leave you with one last crossover. Major Gravity Falls spoilers ahead, you've been warned. Okay? We good? So spoilers aren't that major, but after Grunkle Stan gets his portal up and running, his pen, notebook, and mug with a question mark on it fall through the portal. And where do we see those items again? Well, if you've ever watched Rick and Morty, you may have seen a little scene where they fall through a portal in the background. Now this is a pretty well-known Easter egg, but I still think it's a lot of fun, and I know that the creators of the show are just friends, but hey, a connection's a connection. Side note, despite all the attention the show's gotten, I've never actually sat down and watched more than 1 or 2 episodes of Rick and Morty, so if it is really worth all the hype, that's something else you can let me know down in the comments below. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.